A pleasant good afternoon once again to one and all. At this time, I would like to ask everyone that they please stand for the processional march of the graduates. Thank you. At this time, I'd like to ask everyone to remain standing, and I invite my colleague, Mrs. 𝒚𝒐𝒖𝒓, for the invocation.
Good evening, everyone. Let us pray. Heavenly Father, we thank you, Lord God, for the privilege that it is that we can all to celebrate in this moment. Father God, we ask that you would bless these graduates. We lift them up before you. We thank you that you have given them the ability to complete the race that they have started, oh God. And we pray that as they continue in the endeavors, that you would continue to bless them. Please bless this ceremony. We give you thanks and praise in Jesus' name.
This is actually our new way of life until 2040, apparently. Anyway, to remain standing for the St. Martin song. Thank you. You may be seated. At this time, I'd like to welcome the Honorable Minister of Education, Culture, Youth, and Sports, Drs. Rudolph Samuel. I would also like to welcome the chairlady and the members of the Board of Advanced Vocational Education, the NIPA. I would like to welcome members of faculty, representatives of school boards and the Ministry of Education, Culture, Youth, and Sports, invited guests, the parents of the graduates, ladies and gentlemen, honored guests, the graduates. Welcome. I'd like to call to the podium the director of the NIPA, member of the central management team, Mr. Sergio Blomont. What's going on?
Good afternoon, everybody. And hello to our graduates, our parents, our family members, guardians, and friends. We honor you and recognize you in the important role you played and the support you offered for our graduates so that they are able to achieve their goal. To our parents, congratulations. What an amazing day it is. On behalf of the Board of Directors and the entire staff of the National Institute for Professional Advancement, the NIPA, we join you in celebrating our 2021 graduates. And to you, the class of 2021, thank you, because you're not able to have a regular graduation ceremony. Trust me, whether you know it or not, you've brought people from all walks of life together. Graduates, please, would you take a moment to acknowledge all those who supported you, near and far, including your own classmates, the faculty. Would you also please stand so that we acknowledge you and show our gratitude to you? Faculty, please stand. I would also like the members of our faculty to also please stand. All members of the faculty, please stand. Thank you. Class of 2021, all graduates and honorary degree recipients, we are here today to participate in the praise and wonder of your achievements. You joined those first graduates in a lineage that honors your endeavors, as well as the historic legacy of the National Institute for Professional Advancement. To ensure that your education is, in the words of our founder, not for you only, but for our country and the world. Today, as we celebrate many graduates who hail from different countries, who are citizens of different nations, and who have come here from different regions in the Caribbean and the world, there can be no doubt that NIPA's commitment to a global education, nor about your individual and collective impact upon this community, and henceforth upon the nation and the world that you are entering. You have shown us, that you challenge boundaries, you break out of them and redefine them, that you are individuals committed to each other, to social change, and to the planet. You are always connected, and you use that connectivity to change things for the better, and you are intrinsically a part of the global community. Today is a moment to reflect on how you spend your time here as the world. Today is a time to reflect on how you spend your time here as the world has changed around us. To celebrate your engagement with facts, opinions, and interpretations in all that you do. Today is a day to acknowledge and celebrate your unwavering commitment to advance the causes and the knowledge that matter most in this time and to you. As you reflect on your time at the National Institute for Professional Advancement, on all that you have done here, abroad and in neighboring islands, communities, on the learning and the leading in which you have engaged, and as you take in deeply and nostalgically the invigorating air of this country and your success. My hope is that you will carry these noble impulses with you wherever you go. That, shaped by this education and your own values, transformed by NIPA and your peers, inspired by all those who have gone before you, you will know great happiness and see progress in your endeavors, and that you will continue to be a force for good in the world. This is our heritage, and this is the charge that comes with your diploma. One more thing, graduation should never mean goodbye. It's your institution today and always. Congratulations.
At this time, I'd like you to help me welcome, with a warm round of applause, the Honorable Minister of Education, Culture, Youth, and Sports, Dr. Rudolph Samuel.
Protocol having been established, good afternoon to everyone, and especially you, the graduates, class of 2021. The leadership of NIPA, your parents, your friends, and everyone that is participating here today is a testament that they really value you. Graduating is a very interesting moment in life. It tells you you have completed a journey, and at the same time, you are prepared for another one. You, the graduates this afternoon, know that your instructors of NIPA, the management of NIPA, have done a tremendous job in preparing you for whatever you are going to do in your life after today. Because we are not fortune tellers, and we cannot see what lies ahead in the future, it makes moving ahead a wonderful thing to imagine. You are going to meet new situations. You are going to meet new colleagues, because graduating today will mentally put you in a different situation than you were prior to today. So there are a few things I would like to say to you as you embark on your future. I would like you to take a very good look at the sun and the moon. I would like you to copy something of their behavior. I want you to realize that the sun and the moon are doing the job they were given to do every single day, over and over. And even if they quarrel, even if they are happy or if they are sad, there is one thing for sure: they are never late. They are never late. You can always count on them to be where they have to be at a certain time. Regardless to what happened with you, regardless to how you feel about certain things, you can at least copy that from the sun and the moon. Every day you wake, you are given, and not you alone, those of us that wake, all of us are given 24 hours. So the person next to you, the one in the back of you and in front of you, they are also given the same 24 hours. And your future will depend on how you use that time to achieve the things you set out to do in life. So class of 2021, I would like to congratulate you again for reaching this milestone in your life. I would also like to say thank you to the board, management, staff, faculty, instructors, family members, and friends for assisting them, for assisting you, class 2021, when you needed assisting. Good luck with whatever you embark to do in your life. May the good Lord be with you. God bless you.
Please help me welcome the keynote speaker for this afternoon's graduation ceremonies, Dr. Rhoda Arundel.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everybody. Y'all sound like you're in a funeral, man. Good afternoon. Thanks. All right. Let me just thank Andrea for establishing protocol so I don't have to do that again. First, I have a brief confession to make. I love celebration. And I enjoy celebrating with others, especially you, our young people, on your achievements. So I thank again Ms. Andrea Gibson and the management and staff of NIPA for the invitation to celebrate with you, the graduates and your families, and to leave with you a few words of encouragement. That was my job. But also a number of questions for your deliberations, if you don't mind. And I promise to be brief. NIPA is dear to my heart for two specific reasons. The first reason is I was hired by the first board of NIPA, Board of Directors of NIPA in October 2013 on an 8-month contract as a transition project manager to assist with the transition of the youth development programs to vocational education programs. So that was the task. When I got there, I felt a sense of hope and excitement about being part about something avant-garde. At that time, you know, NIPA was new, and everybody was excited. The building was beautiful, these beautiful colors, and people just wanted to be a part of something. There were students stepping forward looking for just about every opportunity they could get to make some sort of forward movement with their lives. And I felt that we as NIPA, we were in the right place. The only thing I didn't realize at the time was that the destination that we were supposed to be transitioning to was not clear or was not the same for all involved. Hence, my first question to you this evening. How can we transition to something when we do not know what the thing is we're transitioning to? I imagine that this question has been answered in the last 8 years, but if it hasn't, I humbly suggest that it's a cardinal question worth working out. And listening to Mr. Blomont and his comments, I believe that you have worked that out. The second reason that NIPA is there to me is because NIPA reminds me of the potential we have in education on our island. But at the same time, NIPA has been part of a structure that, in my not so humble opinion, does not permit her to develop fully into what it can be to provide our students the education that would truly allow them to reach their fullest human potential. And it is my sincerest hope that with the new partnerships being formed with NIPA, that NIPA would be able to break away from outdated modes and concepts about education and take its rightful place as a driver of human capacity building for the 21st century nation. St. Martin, that we are, thank you for the St. Martin nation that we are still forging, and I believe NIPA plays an important role there. You see, in its broadest sense, education is the process of preparing an individual to become an independent, useful, valuable member of society, and all societies are ever evolving. This means that our education systems must remain flexible if they are going to fully serve our society. As I've said many times before, I believe there's a fundamental difference between education and schooling. Schooling is a very formal process and centers around using curriculum and the different subjects, to shape the students' minds and their behavior in a way that is acceptable to society. However, when a student is truly educated, she or he is prepared at a level to take up whatever role is assigned in the society. This is because the real purpose of education should be to prepare you, our youngsters, with the tools to become fully developed, and I couldn't stress, fully developed and positively contributing members of society. Education must also provide you, our graduates, with upward mobility options. And education, more than ever, should foster national development and social cohesion. And so I ask you, the graduates, what roles or assignments are you willing to take on once you leave here this evening? Is the training that you have received at NIPA so far enough for you to go on and take up your next role? Or will it serve as a foundation for you to seek further education and expansion? That is your homework. But this question is not just for the students, it is also for us here in the community, each and every one of us. Are we educating our young minds to really take up their roles in this St. Martin society? If so, what are the roles that we are assigning to them after we have taken them through the training process? And how will we prepare them for these? From my vantage point, I don't get the impression that we expect our graduates to do too much. Because how then would we justify continually pouring money into schooling and at the same time relying heavily on the importation of human capital to fill key roles, especially in the upper tiers of our society? Why then do we deny students the real opportunities to fully expand by limiting the options we offer them, often measuring our decisions in dollars and cents? How do we justify running abroad to look for capacity to create training in areas like the justice chain, instead of relying on homegrown capacity. And when we expect so little of them, why then do we become upset when our youngsters, when they produce so little, or find other activities like popping the wheels to occupy their bored spirits? I believe that there is a direct correlation between education and the development of a country. I say this because studies continue to show us over and over and over again that efficiency of the educational system depends on the number of human capital that is available in any economy. And each time the society reaches a certain level, the demand for education increases. Thus, limiting our inputs in education based on cost alone only means a low level of human capital and growth as a nation. And so education scholars then speak of economies getting stuck in the poverty gap and the poverty trap. So my question to government is, how much money will be too much money spent on education, educating this next generation of leaders? Or are we going to stay stuck in this conversation about overspending the education budget while real poverty persists? To you, the graduates, I say, today you have a foundation from which to start. And you know that there is nothing that can stop you from achieving what you want to do. As the minister says, it is now up to you to find the thing that fills your heart. Set your eyes on it and pursue it with all your intentions. And I'm going to say this to you. I've been in this business for over 30 years, and I work with exactly your age group. And I often lament when a student wants to study something, it is because my parents want me to do it. I couldn't get a scholarship otherwise, etc., etc. I'm going to ask you to don't let that be your guiding reason. Tell yourself that you can do and be whatever you want. It doesn't matter where you came from. It is a matter of where you start and how you go forward. And that the only person that can stop you is you. And you should be good to you, telling yourself that you will stop at nothing less than reaching your full human potential. Give you the space and the tools you need to be successful. And when you can't figure it out, don't be afraid to ask for help. But most importantly, always listen to that voice within you. Tune your antenna to the frequency of the universe and move. Always forward, resting when necessary, but always move forward. The sky cannot be the limit when there are already footprints on the moon. Thank you.
I know I made a good choice. Bravo. Onwards ever, backwards never. Help me welcome to the podium the chairlady of the NIPA with her congratulatory address, Drs. Peggy and Dross.
I actually don't need a mic. Everybody can hear me?
Oh, God.
Class of 2021, can you hear me? Yes. Great. Dr. Arundel. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you. I don't know why, but I'll humbly submit to it. You know, I was wondering if I would say and if I should talk about this particular story. I'm going to go ahead, Dr. Arundel. Who knows the story of the Battle of Jericho? Stop pretending. All of you know, your mother read out. Yes, you know it. Everybody here know the story of Jericho. The first battle of the Israelites to overcome the land of Canaan. 50 feet walls surrounded that city. Meager men had to conquer that wall. They had to march around that wall once for 6 days. On the 7th day, 7 times. Now, a lot of people forget a very critical part of this battle. And I'm going to tell you why it's important that I tell you this. Remember this for the rest of your life. No battle is ever lost. No battle should ever be wasted in your life. Nothing you go through is for nothing. What I tell you? This mic can't keep up with me. No matter no battle is lost. When the children of Israel went around that wall 7 times to talk, the wall fell. But you ever ask yourself how the wall fell? The wall fell inwards to the city, and on that same wall, the wall that restricted them from going into the city became the bridge for them to walk on into the city. You gotta, some of you ain't gonna catch that until a year from today. And some of you caught it today. The wall that is blocking you from walking into your destiny is that same wall that will collapse to be the bridge for you to reach to where you need to be. Now, the trick of this whole thing is, how do you break that wall down? That's going to be different for everybody, and that's Dr. Arundel's notes. I'm off of that. You got to figure that out. Let me stop. Class of 2021, all I could say is we're so proud of you. Thank you for enduring. And you enjoyed a lot. You enjoyed it. Talk the thing. Thank you for sacrificing, for making the time, and for giving so much of yourselves. And thank you for believing when no one else would. Not only in yourself, but also believing in the NIPA institution and its leadership under the director. Thank you for persevering. Thank you also, as Dr. Arundel said, for contributing to this country, to 𝒐𝒐𝒏𝒈𝒂𝒄𝒉. And if you haven't ever read about the meaning of 𝒐𝒐𝒏𝒈𝒂𝒄𝒉, it means land of salt. And salt is something that preserves. Salt is a mineral that stops things from rotting. Some of you are going to catch that a year from today. Salt stops things from rotting. And I thank you for contributing to 𝒐𝒐𝒏𝒈𝒂𝒄𝒉, for being the salt that has preserved this country, regardless of what we've been through. We're still here. To our instructors, Mr. Blomont had already told you to stand. I'm not going to mash up your knees and have you stand again. You know who you are. Thank you. Thank you for not only teaching from the book, but as the phrase says, teaching from your heart and connecting with your soul to these students here. Thank you. Every one of you, thank you. To those instructors. Thank you to the support systems. Team, thank you. Our ICT teams, thank you. Our administrative teams, thank you. No one is better than the next. Everybody is important. Every single person. Last but not least, thank you, Mr. Blomont. On behalf of the supervisory board, thank you, Mr. Blomont, for being who you are and for bringing the direction to this institution. Thank you, Mr. Blomont. And in the presence of the Minister of Education, Culture, Youth and Sport, I would like to publicly state every staff member, every team member at the NIPA is underpaid. For the work that you put out and the value that you put in, you are underpaid. Not undervalued, because value isn't tied to money, but you're underpaid and you need money to shop by carry food. With that, congratulations, class of 2021, and I turn it back over to the lady of the evening, Ms. Gibson.
I know. I will say, for the stress my team and I went through alone today, yes, we are underpaid. Thank you, Dr. 𝒚𝒐𝒒𝒒𝒄𝒉, Chair Lady of the NIPA. We will now begin the distribution of the diplomas. May I ask the instructors of the automotive program to come to the stage along with Mr. Blomont. Mrs. Casimir, could you come to the podium, please? Some of the names I will be calling this evening are students that are in St. Eustatius and they were unable to attend. We also have students who have left already for the Netherlands and students who are on island but were, for some reason or another, unable to attend. At this time, I'd like to ask graduate Casey Beresford Moore to come to the podium, please. Casey, I'm not sure if Danakai Hook was able to make it. He's a student out of St. Eustatius. Henry Redan, another student out of St. Eustatius. Ray J. Wright. Ray J will be followed by Richard Winterfelder. Our valedictorian for the automotive program is Darvin Valerie. Please come to the podium. Darvin Valerie, valedictorian for the automotive program 2021. We will now move on to our culinary program. Thank you, automotive program, Mr. Robertson, Mr. Marshall. I'm now calling to the stage Chef Renata DeWeaver, Chef Alex Adopsy, and the coordinator for the culinary and hospitality program, Ms. Ananda Zandam. Our first recipient this evening, graduate Jarul de Holmes. These are all my children. Jadon Smitten, Jaden. Another one of my babies. Congrats, boo. Is Kelby Richardson here? Oseye Ellis? Shanice Allen. Last but not least, the very talented, the lady that could whip up some good fungi and kingfish. Valedictorian for the Culinary Arts Program, Amika Burkle. Come to the podium. They're all good, by the way, eh? All the students. I just like to harass Amika. Thank you, culinary department. I'll do hospitality right away while you all are up there. We'll just skip electrical. They were harassing me at rehearsal. Instructor of bartender, Mr. Paul Peterson. He's there hiding behind there. I can't even see him. Paul, my apologies. You were there like you were almost hiding. We can't forget you at all. With that nice pomegranate drink. We have Avani Wright, who has since moved on to Boston. We have Bianca Campbell, who is off island. We have Charles Wilson, step up to the podium, hospitality program. Charles has already found employment at the Morgan and doing very well. Next up, Dejana Hyman, hospitality program. Next up, we have Tiana Taliam. Tiana is a former graduate. She loves NIPA so much she doesn't want to. She's been valedictorian, I believe, twice. Very, very, very good chef. She did the hospitality program this time around. She also does catering, so y'all could hit her up. And the valedictorian for 2021 of the hospitality program, also currently employed at the Morgan, Friche Soriano. And we have the talent, St. Martin, we have it. They just need support. Has her own jewelry business, by the way, costume jewelry. You could check out on Instagram too. Support the young people. I put in all their business out up here. Is that ICT they're laughing? Y'all gonna get it. Now we have the electrical installation graduates. Thank you, hospitality faculty and culinary. Mr. Awong, please come to the podium. Is Alec Bender here? Avinesh Rupnarine. And then we have the gentleman that told me, Miss, you better pronounce my name properly, you know. So let me fix up myself for that one. Monsieur Claude Bonotre. Daniel Lovell. Daniel Lovell is currently employed at St. Martin Doors. I was contacted by St. Martin Doors to recommend 2 students. I recommended the students, they're hired. We have the talent, St. Martin. They need opportunities. Jean-Marc Colas, electrical. Miss Andrea didn't say the scrolls had to be exactly. Y'all taking pictures, y'all have to look nice. Next up, Jeremiah Jeremiah Joseph. That's for coming late, Jeremiah. Jeremiah Joseph, electrical. That's right. You fix up yourself. Next up, Juangelo Roberts. He's here. Neshwa Dudnat. That's a businessman right there. See, he's gonna bring a box of masks to sell at the graduation. We have Pierre Level would have been the next graduate. He sent his regrets. Daniel Auguste. Following Daniel would have been Tashawn James, who was unable to be here. Troy Richardson, not here? Okay. ICT, my boys. Oh yes, oh my Lord. Mr. Dotton sitting down there, say, but Miss Forget Me, man. Let me give you all this joke with Mr. Dotton. We have rehearsal Tuesday night. Mr. Dotton, I didn't introduce you yet. I'll call your name. Mr. Dotton is the shortest one in the class. Mr. Dotton stand up there in the back like he's the tallest person. I said, Mr. Dotton, get in the line. Valedictorian for 2021, electrical installation. Connell Dotton. Thank you, Awong. Are the instructors for the ICT program here? Mr. King, Mr. Monsanto. Mr. King, thank you. First up, Mr. Andy Pascal. Gave me a lot of trouble in life skills. Always had something to do. Next up, we have Mr. Brian Paulino Plasencia. Sha boy. I have a special love for this group. I also taught them life skills. Very, very, very nice group. everybody here is nice, but you know when you connect with Miss Andrea, it become extra special. Frishna Faustin. Up next, J.D. Quincy Lake. Following J.D. Quincy Lake is Junior Carrette, who I believe is absent this evening. Marlon Arndell, also absent. I guess you didn't take that talk I gave you seriously. How I mean, you're coming late. Go up there. Is Marlon's mother in the crowd? He's giving me a lot of trouble. Orvelio Haddocks has already moved on to the Netherlands. Romani Arundel is not well. Ruendi Mills, no. And the valedictorian for the ICT, I hope she is looking, I hope she's watching. For the ICT 2021 graduates, Michaela Daniel, she's moved on to the Netherlands already. Congrats, Mika, hope you're watching. Thank you, Conlon. Who? Oh, the evening group, oh, sorry. Am I forgetting some people? Now I see what, anyway. Alex Andrea. I wonder why I almost forgot you, Alex. Up next, Alexandra Ritchie. Up next, we have Justin Degu. Following Justin would have been Tyler James, who is absent with notice. Thank you, Mr. King. Up next, we have Maritime, Mr. Singh. Coming up first would be Anne's Destine for the Maritime program. Anne's will be followed by Kimani Edwards. Yeah, that is sharp boy there. Wonderful young man, by the way. Thank you. Wonderful, wonderful young man. Okay, Mr. Blumont. Up next is another wonderful young man, Owen Brown. Up next, we have Ray Michael Raymond. Sachelle Paul. Up next, Sven Strijder. Last but not, well, not quite last, we have Tarek Ellis. Is Tarek here? No? Valedictorian this year for the Maritime group is Iyad Hassel. Is very nice young man, too. They're all nice, as a matter of fact. Parents, don't get offended if I don't say very nice when your child comes up here. They're all wonderful students. Thank you. We now move on to our business program. Ms. Jewel and Ms. McLean, please come to the podium. Thank you, Jewel. Up first, we have Kemira Kanagita Kotar. Who's this little girl? I didn't know it was you. Next up, we have Tahira Gautier. Last but not least, we have the valedictorian for the Business Program 2021, Tiona Williams. We also have Valedictorian Anne-Fernie Schroedhart, who has moved on to the Netherlands. Congratulations, Anne-Fernie, if you're watching. Thank you, ladies. Up next, we have the Social Pedagogic Worker Program. May I ask Ms. Joyce to come to the stage. Is 𝒚𝒐𝒖𝒓 here? Jessica Bonhomme. Next up, we have Kiana Cole. Kiania Cole. Graduating also, we have Melissa Matthew, who is absent with notice. Naomi Redan, did she make it from Stacia? No? Congratulations, Naomi, if you're watching. Orena Hassel. Raisha Blyden. Alexia Reed. Yeah. Valedictorian for the previous group, SPW 2, Janita Clerger. At this time, I'd also like to acknowledge Mrs. Maria Shermont, Mrs. Donna Morrison-Wilson, who requested to be here this afternoon to see these girls graduate. They are an internship partner and gave a lot of guidance and counseling and coaching to this group of girls, and extremely proud of them. Thank you, Hearts Foundation. Andreen Kelligan and Dean Kelligan. Following Andine would have been Chaneli Rosario, who is absent. Up next is Elmina Anglad. Following Elmina would have been Emily Warning, who is absent. Up next is Lavelle Brown. We have Maria McRae Morrison coming up next. Who's the valedictorian? This is very nice. The evening students sacrifice a lot to come to evening classes, and I remember having that conversation with Maria. Valedictorian for this group is Vanessa McLean, Valedictorian 2021, SPW program, 2, evening group. Acknowledging SPW 3 graduate, Algerine Carty in Statia. Algerine, congratulations. Hope you're watching. Chelsea Van Putten is up next. Chelsea Van Putten came over from Statia to join the NIPA. Following Chelsea would have been Daphne Jocelyn, the girl who's always smiling. Nakia Flanders, SPW 3 graduate. Coming up next, Turaya Rogers. Turaya, you persevered, you made it. Be proud. The road was long. She made it. Valedictorian for the SPW 3 program. Rode Jean-Louis, congratulations. That is the end of our roll call of all of our graduates. Please stand and give them a round of applause. The road was not easy for many of them, but they made it. Thank you, Joyce. At this time, I would like to ask Darwin Valerie to come and give the valedictorian address on behalf of all his colleagues.
I'm a bit nervous, so please bear with me. This is a different setting for me, so. Whew. Protocol has been established. Good night, good evening, everyone. It is indeed a pleasure and a great honor for me to have been given the opportunity to deliver the valedictorian's address. My heartfelt congratulations goes out to all my fellow graduates on reaching this important milestone in our journey. Today we can finally say is our day, a day in which we can reminisce upon and celebrate our perseverance, sweat, and hard work that has been brought to us. Someone told me that a valedictorian speech has to be all-inspiring, give some type of measure of advice. The graduates I can look forward to and say, we're both wearing the same gown, you know? We made it. On such a day as this, it would be remiss of me if I did not recognize the people who guided me and supported me through this journey. First, I want to thank God, because honestly, without him, I wouldn't be standing here. For bringing me through these past 2 years without any harm, injury, or accident. I'm also thankful for my family, my mom and my dad, because if they weren't legit on my back, I honestly wouldn't be here. These past 2 years have presented us with a lot of ups and downs, with the online schooling, COVID, that period of time. And I would like to thank all the families of the graduates for helping them out as well, for bringing them to the position where they are now. Because if it weren't for y'all, they wouldn't be here. And I want to give a special shout out to my automotive teachers, Mr. Marshall and Mr. Roberts. So, I got to tell you a little story. I'm gonna give you a little sauce about Mr. Marshall and some about Mr. Roberts. If you don't see me after this, they went with me. But anyways, Mr. Roberts, he's a mysterious guy. Like, he's honestly someone mysterious, because he's a person who speaks but doesn't speak, if that makes any sense. Like, he would use his work, like the work that he gives us, he would use it as in a way like, yeah, you need to do your work and your results will show. He don't say much, but he says a lot, if that makes any sense, if you really catch where I'm going, Mr. Marshall, no. He says a lot. He says sometimes too much. But I could honestly say if it wasn't for him, he pushed me. He honestly did. Like, he's the type of guy to always be like, study, study, study. I mean, like, I get it. I'm going to study. Just come off my back, Come on, bro. So I have to pay a special, thanks to them. Because if it weren't for them, I probably would have lapsed. I probably wouldn't have done what I needed to do. You both have given your undivided attention and patience. Your attitude in the face of so many setbacks. Thank you for that. We have learned, laughed, gotten into trouble, and most of us, we matured altogether. But today, it doesn't just concern reminiscing about the past. It's also about looking forward in our future. To my automotive class, I am thankful for your friendships that we have made. In the same way, we have supported each other and helped one another succeed in these past years at NIPA. I hope we all continue to provide support and encouragement to each other in our future endeavors. Thank you to the administrative staff who works diligently every day. I have seen in my 2 years at NIPA that we don't have to look far for inspiration, and we each have the potential to make an inspiring contribution to others by being true to our values and committing ourselves to our goals. When you leave here today, celebrate what you have accomplished, but look forward with an eye toward how you too can be an inspiration for others. I leave these quotes with us as I end here. You don't have to be great to start. But you have to start to be great. Cherish your education as if it was the last Oreo in the bag. You know how that could be. Translate the good things of your learning into the welfare of humanity. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with but a single step. Make your dreams happen by working on them and believing in yourself. Success is never final. Failure is never fatal. It is courage that counts. And lastly, in all you do, always remember to put God first. Class of 2021, congrats.
Thank you, Darwin. Wonderful words of wisdom. I'm about to get in trouble here by calling some people up here because they didn't know it was going to happen. Oh, you know it's going to happen. 𝒚𝒐𝒖𝒓, come up to the podium. Mrs. Cassie Casimir, come up to the podium. Miss Rosa Munoz, come up to the podium. Miss Ana Rosa Blaze, come up to the podium. Anna, I see you hiding. Come up to the podium. Anna, you're still not standing? Okay. Why is everybody hiding behind me? Okay. The police looking for y'all? Line up. It's the Minister of Education that's here, not Justice. Line up. And there's one more person I would call, but he is helping with the videographer. Mr. Delano Samuels, come up to the podium. I called these 5 individuals up to the podium because without them, I would not have been able to do what was done today. This may seem like a simple event to put together, but it is not.
And not your last.
Yes, it is. I'm actually resigning. And I'm doing it publicly. It's on Facebook, so it'll be on record. the amount of running around I had to do today, and they held the fort down. And I was in my office when everyone left. We were still working on the tassels, and we got it together. Again, if it was only me, it would have taken a longer period. There's no me in team, and it would be remiss of me not to give each of these ladies their due recognition. Oh, sorry, Delano. Oh, Lord, he did get, oh, your uncle here, I can't say nothing. But he did get wrapped up bad. He's get wrapped up real bad. So now that your uncle here, and give the story with the cup.
Oh, God, no.
So we just saved coffee mugs, Mr. Honorable Minister. This is what your nephew did. We just saved the coffee mugs. We just put the milk in it for the office. Your nephew here like to drink Coke. Yeah. Oh, you didn't know? Oh, we gonna talk. So, Mr. Delano here, we just call him Denzel, which is his middle name. So all of that we know. So we in your family business. So he has a way when he wants to drink a Coke, a glass is not enough. He takes the lids of the bottles, leave the lids in the cupboard, and goes with the bottles. So one of the rare times, once a year, I wanted a cup of coffee. Of course, I need to open a can of milk. Looking for the bottles, 2 lids there looking at me. So you know the morning done start right already. So I sit in my office later on, minding my own business. Your little nephew here, rolling up by my office door. Wait now. Hi, Dre. With the bottle in his hand. Well, that's all I'm gonna say. Me saying nothing else. But Delano,
They where they belong.
he is a wonderful, wonderful colleague. Without him today, it would have been much more difficult. And I'd like to thank every single one of them. The students know they can always go to the librarian, Miss Rosa, who's the librarian. Mr. Samuels forms part of the IT team with Mr. Raul Gomez. I am the job coach coordinator. Ms. Zen is the social worker. Ms. Cassie is the student care coordinator, but together, Ms. Cassie, Ms. Zen, and myself, we form the care team. Graduates, thank you so much. I know the road was not an easy one. Oh, and Anna, oh my Lord, how can I forget Banana? The heart, and listen, when Anna go on vacation, the building just stops. And she's going on vacation for the next 2 weeks, so in advance, don't come asking for a lot, because we don't know where it is. Miss Anna Blaze, the heart and soul of NIPA. That's our Banana right there. I swear when Anna's on vacation, we are like bumbling fools up in that place. Very integral part of the NIPA organization. Students, just when we thought it, from day one, that's right. 9-year anniversary, Anna, you're getting a Rolex. Just when we thought it could not have gotten worse than Hurricane Irma, then came, you know what? We can just leave it as, you know what? And her cousins, because it just continues. We are Delta now, God knows. It's the Lambada and God knows what else. And homeschooling, many of you did not have devices, did not have internet, but you persevered and you are here. A hearty, hearty congratulations, and most importantly, thank you. On behalf of the board, on behalf of management, on behalf of faculty, on behalf of support staff, and most importantly, the general at the gate. Thank you, team. You may now flip your tassels. Congratulations! Let's go. We will be serving snacks and drinks on the patio outside. The graduates will leave the hall first row just as you came in. You walk straight through the door and you go around the building. Yeah? Jarul, you go after Casey. Alka Dan's going outside, you know, you don't have to walk. Thank you all for coming. Congratulations to the family and friends of the graduate. Honorable Minister, thank you for gracing us with your presence.